So hi guys, welcome to my channel, welcome to Caro Lush. My name is Caro. If you're new here, please take a seat, let's get going. If you're an existing subscriber, you're welcome to my channel once again, and I do appreciate the trust. And yeah, so today's video is going to be more or less like a free one, like just an open book kind of talk. So today is going to be more or less like an open book kind of thing. I have not planned anything, so I'll just go ahead and improvise, perhaps talk about aspect of my life, and just kind of hope that helps someone out there. So like I said before, my name is Caro and this is Caro Lush. And yeah, so I'll pick the word start. I think the word start comes to mind. Using the word start to kind of improvise and just talk about anything that comes up, and hope that that helps someone out there. And so guys, you understand that our life is shaped by the way that we are brought up, the people around us, just shaped by our environment and our upbringing, whether in terms of schooling or home education, and just kind of shaped like that. And it's also shaped based on our self-determination, because ultimately something within us has to kind of push us to want to do things, or we have to have that self-will to want to do things as well. So our life is more or less shaped by all these things, which is quite nice and it's great in a sense. So when I talk about small business, is to encourage a lot of people out there not to sit and wait for big dreams and to watch people who sell them dreams that will never happen, things that are unrealistic. No, I talk about things that are realistic, things that you can get up and do for yourself, to yourself, and earn yourself genuine money. I'll call on someone or anyone who has moved away from home to move to a place very, 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 very far from home, not to despair, because moving away from home when you are not really conscious of the impact of your actions, when you are not really aware or alert, or when you don't really realize the impact that action or that decision that you've taken will have on your life, when you do not really understand all that, moving away from home can be eventually very, very difficult for a lot of people to live through and come out without it leaving a lot of impact on their life psychologically and emotionally. So when I without going into details, I'll say the word start also comes to mind when I think about when I moved away from home to live thousands of miles away. What I had was what I could present and do as a business and earning myself some money. So the skill that I already had, that was not even really perfected with the intention to do a business with it. I sort of just found myself in that place and somehow thought to myself I could earn money with the skill that I already had, and just kind of practice and perform and apply myself to the best of my ability, and learn to kind of survive with what I had as a skill already. So that's why the word start comes to mind. I am not going in depth with a lot of these aspects of my life, because if I need to kind of go deep and really give you all the details, we'll sit here even for 1 year. I won't be able to give you all the details. But I would like to just use this opportunity to encourage someone out there who is still doubting, who is still feeling skeptical, who is still feeling a bit like feeling as if some people will judge them. I would like to just encourage you that whatever you want to do, if it's genuine, if it's a skill that you already know, just be bold, just get up, just start. So the word starts, because the word start comes in as well because of that aspect of my life, moving away from home, thousands of miles away, and not really knowing how to go about life and what to do, and having to kind of just use my craft, to use my skills to start a small business that has sustained me for a very long time. So the word start comes to mind because of that. So if I move on from that and think about the people out there who are very ill, who are struggling a lot with illness, struggling a lot with their health, who are struggling a lot to get through things, to see any bright future for themselves, who are struggling because of their health, I would like to say to you not to despair, and not to think that you are not valued, not to think that you are not worth it, and to also see that you can contribute to life, to society, to people's life, to your children's life, to a lot of people's life, and not to really give up. And I'd like to use this opportunity as well to remind myself and you out there that the word start also comes to mind, because when you are in a place where you feel like you're trapped in a zone where there's no light, you can't see past the point on which you're standing, you can't see any future, you can't see any way out basically, and when you are also financially broke, financially down, the word start also comes to mind. So if you have a skill, you have a craft, if you are feeling really, really low, if your health is really, really down, starting a small business or having a small business could be that one thing that could keep you going, because at least you know that you are self-employed, you earn your own money for yourself, to yourself, by yourself. You can control your hours, the days that you are not feeling very well, you do not have to do anything, and the days that you've got a bit of strength, you can always perform your craft and still earn yourself some money. So that's why I'll call on the word start. And if I move on from that as well and talk about aspirations, for example, or dreams, if you're out there and you're someone who had dreams, you had big dreams for yourself, I'll use an example of education. If your dream was to go back into education but you couldn't really do it at some point, but you had to prepare yourself to go back into education, there are lots of things that you can do, because ultimately the more you stay out of education, eventually when you want to go back, there are other requirements, there are other evidence that you need to provide in order to move up a step further. And those evidence are the things that when you are really, really down and you can't really move up a step further, those evidence are the things that you can focus your mind on, that you can work on. So say for example, if you knew that one day you'd like to further your education, for example, maybe go to university or do some sort of apprenticeship or something, and knowing that there are requirements for getting onto university, there are requirements for getting onto an apprenticeship, those requirements are the things that you can work on. And sometimes you may not be able to physically attend a college or a training school to perform or to achieve those requirements that would take you on to higher education or further education. And having a little bit of money from your small business could just be that one thing that could enable you to achieve those requirements, that could enable you to afford, that could pay for you to attend or to train yourself to eventually get what you need to go on to university. So if you're someone who is working from home, for example, you can always attend a distance learning course, which is something that you'll have to pay for yourself. But then if you're doing a small business or a side hustle, that's always what can help you, achieve that requirement, or that little steps that will eventually lead you on to university. So the word start also comes to mind because of that, and that could be really one of the examples that I can use. So if you want to start up a small business, if you want to start a side hustle, dive in, have your dream, have your aspirations, And please don't be led by, you know, by things that are not realistic on social media, because a lot of times people post things that they want you to see but not really what is real. And it's a shame that a lot of young people sort of just dive into it and just start wishing that they were like some people, and because of that they end up doing things that they wouldn't have done otherwise. So I'd like to encourage anyone out there who is still thinking or sitting on their hands and who is still, you know, self-sabotaging. I would like to encourage you that if you want to start up a small business, just go ahead and start it. And sometimes when you do start a small business, it's only with time that you perfect yourself. It's only with time that you develop yourself. If growing your business was something that was your aspiration, then you can always go ahead and do that. But ultimately, it will be nice and it will be great for you to start in the first place, and not keep putting it off, or not keep thinking you're ashamed to start, you know, what will people say and all that. Just get up and do it. Just do not really care or think about what people will think about your business. Just get up and do it. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new here, I hope that this little talk about the word start and the different aspect of my life has boosted you a little bit. I'd like to think that, you know, it has motivated you to get up and start. If you want to start a small business, a big business, whatever, however you want to call it, just get up and do it. So thank you guys for watching, and until then, stay blessed. Bye bye.